Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham. Welcome to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel. Today, a little bit different type of video. Actually, this video and the following video are part of a two-part series. And it's going to be on CD box sets that I recommend getting your hands on for those that really love music, because although I primarily do record reviews, I also collect CDs, and there's a lot of things on CD you cannot get on record, first of all, or if you can get it on record, it's not easily available. And so I do collect CDs still. I kind of had to laugh the other day. I was watching one of these vinyl YouTube channels, and one of the guys on there was railing about how he couldn't believe people still bought CDs. Who buys CDs? I never was into CDs. Well, you know, if you grew up in the United States at the time that I did, when cassette tapes were in your cars all the time. I owned a bunch of cassette tapes, and they would wear out or get eaten, or you'd have bleed through on them. A CD was fantastic for your commute, and that was a big deal when CDs came out. And so for the practicality of putting them in your car was a huge deal, and they were very durable. And they sounded pretty decent for what they are, for the type of medium that they were, and the portability that you had. Of course, now it's streaming. That's kind of changed all that, but there still is a place for collecting CDs, in my opinion. And part of that is CD box sets, because a lot of them contain a lot of extra tracks that are often, all of them are not available on record. And if you're a big fan of certain bands, you want to get your hands on those extra tracks, as I do. So there is a place for collecting CDs. It's for those people that really love music, not just love collecting records. It's not just about collecting records. It's about sitting down and enjoying the music primarily. But these box sets, I'm getting ready to show you 5 of them in this video, and 5 in the following video, so that it's not too long. So I'm gonna get started. 5 box sets that I think you should own. First of all, Rory Gallagher, Irish Tour 74. If you're a fan of great blues-infused rock music, for those of you who follow my YouTube channel, you know that Rory Gallagher and Jeff Beck are my 2 favorite guitar players in the rock genre. This is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the Irish Tour 74 album, but this is 7 CDs and a DVD, and it's a fantastic collection of live music that comes with a cool booklet. Gives you a write-up about Rory, some cool pictures, talking about the tour in 74. This contains several concerts from 74, and you get to hear Rory in his element, which is playing live, and you get to hear variations of all the great tunes, and it comes in this cool quad fold-out with all of your discs. Really neat fold out. If you can get your hands on this, you're a Rory Gallagher fan, I think you're gonna dig it. The sound quality is pretty good for this time period, but it's the playing, it's hearing these concerts and hearing Rory just on fire playing that makes it worth getting this box set. And again, something you're not going to find on record. It does not exist. So all right, another Rory Gallagher box set that I recommend was the reissue of this 50th anniversary edition of his first album. They did put out a vinyl reissue for the 50th as well, but it does not contain the book that comes with this, and it does not contain all the alternate takes that's in this, nor the DVD, which has an interview and has concert from Paris, I believe, from the Olympia. Comes in this cool slipcase in a fantastic book. So you get a fold out with your media here, your DVD and your CDs, but you get this fantastic book. Rory Gallagher, is just such a phenomenal player, but you can't get this booklet with the record. And if you're a fan like I am, I want to be able to read the articles and look at the pictures, and I won't show you the whole thing, but there's a lot of great pictures in here and cool write-ups. So yeah, this is definitely worth picking up. And you can still find these on sale online at times for a pretty good price. So I do recommend getting your hands on this if you're a Rory Gallagher fan. You got 2 great CD box sets here where all the material is not available on record. And you get a really cool book. All right, if you're a Billie Holiday fan, the Complete Columbia recordings, 33 to 44. This is a great CD set to get your hands on. It cost you a fortune to get all this on record. These are 10 CDs. Comes with a fantastic book with a ton of information. And you could spend hours flipping through this. It has all the recording sessions, the discography, articles, pictures. I have a pretty big collection of Billie Holiday on record, a lot. But I don't have all of the stuff that's available on this on record. Has all the recording sessions. So a lot of material here. And then it comes with a cool album type of flip thing here with all the CDs in it. And with all the songs here. You got 2 sets of them. So if you can get your hands on this, this is getting harder and harder to come across, to be honest. To find it used, that's pretty much the only way you're going to find it. It's getting harder and harder to come across. If you're a big Billie Holiday fan, this is definitely, I think, something that's worth considering adding to your collection. West Montgomery box set. You can get this on record, but it's pretty hard to find and it's pretty expensive. The complete Riverside recordings. This is 12 CDs. Pretty nice book that comes with it. You can still find this used online. And pretty nice book that comes with it with a lot of information here. Again, all the Riverside recordings of West Montgomery. To me, a lot of this is his best material. I prefer this stuff to the Verve stuff. But great pictures and a lot of material here. You could spend, again, a long time reading through this. And that's one thing that's nice about the CD sets. And it comes in 3 quad CD cases. So you got 4 CDs in each of these cases that folds out. You got a CD on the inside of each of these. And this is pretty good sound quality. You put this, the nice thing about CDs, especially when it comes with a nice book like this, you kind of have that, you have the pictures and the information and everything in these type of box sets. So you kind of have the feel of the vinyl presentation, but it's sometimes it's nice to sit back on your recliner and put a CD in and listen to an hour or almost an hour and a half worth of music straight through without having to get up. Sometimes that's actually nice. And again, a lot of these box sets, you're not going to get everything that you would get on the record. So you'll get more than what you get on the record. Finally, for those of you who are just getting into classical music, or even if you're not, this massive box set is awesome. The Harnoncourt, the complete Sony recordings, Nicholas Harnoncourt. This is awesome. You can still find this box set online new for pretty inexpensive. You get 61 CDs and 3 DVDs, and you get a great cross section of a lot of the most popular classical music recorded. These recordings are very good. And again, with classical music, it's nice to be able to sit back and listen to one of these all the way through. I do have a pretty substantial classical record collection as well. I probably have about close to 400 classical records. And while I do enjoy listening to them on record, there's something to be said for having a set like this. So I'm going to show you this book, which is massive, and the CDs that come in it. Check out this book. It's awesome. A lot of information here. It is printed in 3 different languages. But you do have all the information on the recordings. There are a lot of articles in here. It's very nice paper stock, glossy. You could really spend a long time studying this, going through and reading about all these recordings and interviews by him on the recordings, information about the recordings. If you're just getting into classical music, this would be a fantastic way to start your collection, because again, you can get a lot of music here for pretty inexpensive if you look online. So wonderful. I still have not listened to all this music. Let me show you the CDs, how they come laid in here. So all your CDs and DVDs come in here. They're in either most of them are just single gatefold packages. Some of them are double or triple fold outs, just depending on what it is. But again, the cross section of music here is wonderful. So if you're just getting in to classical music, you know, you've got all the greats. A lot of Mozart in here, got some Beethoven, Haydn is in here. Bach. And again, you get those 3 DVDs with interviews, documentaries, all these Bach, Handel, Haydn. So this is something I think, again, I think for me, tons of Mozart in here. Mozart in here. Look at all these. Some of these are 2 CDs in some of these. Some of them have 3 CDs in them, depending on what they are. But a lot of music here. Something that's worth sitting down and digesting. If you're just getting into classical music, you're going to have a lot of music here to listen to. Again, I have yet to make it through this entire box set, and this is definitely those types of recordings where I like throwing on a CD, sitting back in the recliner and just really listening and pulling out the book and just getting into the music. So there you have it. Those are 5 sets I recommend getting your hands on that are CD sets. And again, the music is what matters. And if you can get your hands on these kind of packages at decent prices like this, I recommend doing it. So you got this for classical music, jazz, this West Montgomery. Again, you can still find these online. Use the CD sets. Lady Day, a little bit harder to find, but definitely worth getting your hands on if you can find it. And there were 2 Rory Gallaghers, the reissue here of his first album that has the 4 CDs and the DVD, and then the fantastic 7 CD DVD set of Irish Tour. So that's my first video. I'll be doing 5 more on the following video, and it'll be the same type thing, but 5 different box sets. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next video. Happy listening to all. Take care.